Guys, today I'm going to share with you my little tip on how to protect your boundaries when you're feeling down, weak, just generally low on energy. We all know that we need to protect our boundaries, yet when we are feeling down, this is the time when we just can't protect ourselves, and this is when we need it most. We're vulnerable and we need to protect ourselves. So, my little tip comes from this book, and those of you who are parents should know it. If you don't know it, I highly recommend you to read. But without spoiling the plot, there's the story of this little fella, a mouse, who just minds his own business, wants to go and find a nut to eat. And different animals come to him and say, well, in a polite way, they're kind of letting him know that they want to eat him. And he manages to get out every single time. So there's this phrase in the book that the mouse consistently keeps repeating. And it goes, "It's terribly kind of you, fox, but no, I'm going to have lunch with a Gruffalo." And a Gruffalo is this little fella, well, not so little, but this fellow, which is an imaginary friend of his. He just made it up right on the spot. And yeah, but the phrase, what does the phrase do? It acknowledges the person who tries to violate your boundary by asking you to do something for them, or just, like saying you need to do this. So it acknowledges their wish. And B, you're being very polite. And another thing, what it does, you don't have to think of what you're going to say to the person. I read this book so many times to my daughter that it literally just pops in my head every single time. Like somebody tells me what to do, and I just go, "Oh, it's terribly kind of you, Peter, but no." And then I made the part about the Gruffalo, but I don't have to think what I'm going to say to the person. And it also gives me this tiny boost of energy because straight away I remember the story about the tiny little mouse. And it's hard to be a mouse in a forest where everybody wants to eat you, whether it's a fox, an owl, a bear, whoever. And I'm like, yeah, but the mouse managed to survive and still keep on his track, no matter how hard it was. And yeah, it gives me a boost of energy, puts a smile on my face, and I just can get through the part where I have to protect myself. I hope this tip has been helpful for you. Do let me know whether it was. And yes, stay safe and protect your boundaries.